Okay, now I've thought about this. I threw this together quick this morning. How could we take one of our Raider battalions and put it in an operation against a forward operating base, just to show you somewhat of what I was thinking on. Now we have here a battalion forward operating base. We have some armor. We have a tank here, which is overwatching. This is our entrance, this is our exit. Additional tanks are typically lined up here next to troop tent area. Over here we have the bulk of the motor pool, which would have our other vehicles. That would be where our MRAPs and our infantry fighting vehicles would be. Over here, these are fuelers. This is our fuel location. So as people are lining up to exit to go out on a mission, they're coming out of the motor pool, going to the fuelers, getting refueled, lining up. We have down here 4 howitzers, self-propelled guns. 3 of them face down in this direction. 1 of them is up here. This is because of the general layout of the the forward operating base. They didn't want to put one right next to the troop tents because, well, that would really disturb everyone and mess up their stuff. They didn't want to put it near the fueler for obvious reasons. Over here we have our tactical operations center. We have our aid station, so as the patrols come in, they can stop there, drop off their casualties, reports can be made, and then they continue up into the motor pool to do their stuff. We have over here our DFAC, our dining facility. This is a briefing tent for before missions and also for debriefings. Over here we have an MWR tent. That would be where you could potentially have the TVs, the mini gym, whatever type thing is set up there for the welfare and morale of the troops on this forward operating base. We have our perimeter, and then on the perimeter we have bunkers, and also a few guard towers are spread out in there also for observation. Now we're going in with a Raider battalion of 4 companies of 3 platoons each. Each platoon is 3 squads. We have 1 sapper platoon at battalion level. We also have a mortar platoon. We have our scout sniper platoon, and the snipers and scout teams are going to be spread out to take care of primarily the guard towers to assist in the operation. And we also have an anti-tank platoon. The anti-tank platoon has been divided in half of them to the north, half to the south, to make sure we don't get any reinforcements coming in along the road. Along with them will be other members of the scout snipers, and also a squad, a rifle squad will be with each of them. Also, those rifle squads will be drawn from down here from the company that's in reserve. Now, when we do this, the sapper platoon is going to make a breach on the north wall. Their objective is up in here. They're trying to take care of the artillery piece here. They're trying to take care of the vehicles in the motor pool. They're trying to take care of the tanks, the fueler, and the tank over here. They're responsible for up in here. Their job is to take care of enemy personnel and then destroy and damage the equipment. We have 1 Raider company is going to be coming in from the east on the back side of the DFAC. Their job is to push through, take care of the briefing tent and the talk, and also down here the MWR tent. We have, responsible for this area here, 2 companies will be breaching on the south, coming in. The one here that's off to the west will take care of the entrance here, take care of the M1 that's, or tank that's here, and the positions that are over here. Then they're going to push down this avenue up in here, taking care of these troop tents and also the positions on this side. This company will be coming in. They're responsible for the howitzers here that they will come across, the positions down on here. They will also be pushing up, securing the aid station, and then they will be cutting in on the back side here, taking care of this line of tents here, and also potentially the talk and that stuff also if they have not already been secured. These guys here are responsible for clearing this section of the perimeter also. Now, how this will work. We have 1 platoon inside each of the breaching companies here will be responsible for the breach. So, our sappers will cut their way through the wire quietly, staying close to the ground. They will not cut all the way through the fence where it's going to be obvious. I might do, actually I want to do a video on this really soon on how to covertly breach your way through a wire fence. The sappers come in, they get right up here on the edge of the perimeter. Now there could be a trench line there, there could be a low wall there, maybe it's a single height of HESCO barriers, who knows. They get up there, they're securing the breach through the wire. They've made their little path through. The 2 rifle squads follow in behind them once the signal is given. 1 rifle squad will move this way and start clearing. 1 rifle squad will move this way and start clearing. The sapper squad will stay here at the moment, making sure the breach is open. Once we've taken out these positions here, and the crew that could potentially be up around that artillery piece has been neutralized, on order they will open up the wire completely by cutting the top roll on the fence, making a wider breach. For the remaining 2 platoons in the company, and also the machine gun squad will move in also through that breach, and then they will continue on. These guys will continue here securing the entrance, clearing to the other side of the entrance here. The rest of this company will push forward, and they will get ready to start clearing in there. This will have to be well coordinated. These guys are doing the same thing over here. They're clearing that way, and they're supposed to clear to the corner. Engineers are down here still guarding the breach. Rest of the company will move up, going in that way. Sapper platoon up in here. They're going to leave a fire team here on the breach. They're going to send a squad going this way, squad going this way, and then the rest of them are going to go in to the motor pool and start tearing stuff up in there. These guys will go in through here. Their job is to clear here up to the artillery piece. These are going to be clearing through here to this location. These guys will go through, they will booby trap, they will disable whatever needs to be done. All the vehicles up in there. When these guys have cleared the entrance up in here, they come back and they start taking care of the tanks over here. These guys will push in through here, clear, clear. and then taking out the bunkers as they come across them. This bunker will be taken care of by these guys up here. They come in, breach, go in both directions, the rest of the company moves in. Now we had the reserve company, they may be required. They're on call. They could be brought in to take over with clearing the perimeter. Say someone has a problem, say these guys get hung up here and they can't take care of these positions down here. These guys could send in a platoon to clear it from that way, clearing it out. Or they may need help up in here. We got too much of a firefight going on up here inside Tent City. They may be brought up through one of the breaches and then clear up in there. Now, the sappers up here, for the most part right now, they're just trying to disable. They're not ready to destroy yet. They will destroy the vehicles for sure when they're pulling out. So, well, these guys will also send off someone to take care of that howitzer. Now, as much as possible, this will be a covert breach. We have our battalion mortar platoon is set up. And on order, if it looks like we need to go hot with the breach, like we've been found out, they will then start dropping rounds in this area here. They'll start dropping them right inside the tent city where the bulk of the personnel are. The reason we are not coming in from this side, coming in from the west, we have two M1s or tanks which are always occupied on those entrances. Those tanks will have thermals, so they will see anyone approaching. Now, is it possible there could be thermals inside the bunkers or on a tower? Of course it is. People inside the tower will be eliminated by the scout sniper teams, and they will do it one tower at a time if you have to assign more than one tower to a team. So generally that's what we're looking at. Now the 60mm mortars, they will stay outside the perimeter to contribute to fires as needed also. So let's say one of the breaches has been sighted and part of the perimeter is opened up. The battalion commander then calls for the indirect fires. Battalion mortars will start dropping them in here. The 60mm that are supporting the companies will concentrate their fires on wherever the company commander determines he needs it to be dropped. But if he does not have somewhere he needs them to be dropped, like up here at the entrance or the exit, they will start dropping them either in here in Tent City or in this area here. This operation should be conducted at night. You want hours of darkness, you want concealment as much as possible. Now, I know I did not locate ammunition storage point on the map here. If I had to put a location for it, it'll probably be located down in here. It's going to typically be located away from the troops as much as possible. It will be protected as much as possible, so it could be behind its own set of sandbag wall, Heskel barriers, concrete barriers, whatever, to protect everybody in case they get a direct hit. And it would also put them semi-close to the bulk of the howitzers. Now, hopefully that makes sense. That gives you somewhat of an idea on how something like this could be launched. I'm not saying this is the only way it can be done. It's just one potential way it could be done. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and militia movements, always remember, essayons.